I think the way the Columbus Marathon reflects Columbus, Ohio, and Central Ohio, and the state of Ohio is that Midwestern work ethic in terms of we put our heart and soul into it to do our best. Our friendliness, people come here from around the world and all 50 states, and they go away saying, I had no idea that Columbus and Ohio were like that. And that to me is because of the event that we're putting on. It's not just the team of myself, the 25 people on my team, the 10-member board of directors, but it's all of our local and regional participants. I mean, we get about 60% of our field come from Central Ohio, 80% from the state of Ohio. And I think that we all kind of work together as this united front to put on our best event and make those people welcome. And people don't go away from this event saying, boy, I really am disappointed with the way I was treated there. And that to me is a really nice statement about where we're all from and that we care so much about doing our best. So I think it's I'm proud of the way this event reflects where we all live and work and run.
My first marathon at Columbus was real exciting. It was a real cold morning, so I had gone to the expo and got some throwaway clothes, and you had that nervous energy, so make sure you went to the bathroom and then kind of like get in line, and it was just an amazing crowd, so huge, and I just thought about, okay, just don't go crazy that first mile, take it easy. So at the start, fireworks go off, everything goes off, and all of a sudden you just see all these clothes being pitched off to the side, so you never experienced anything like that.
I just finished my 30th marathon at Berlin. I think I don't even remember what was 30th. My 30th at Berlin, and then I think I've run 5 Columbuses. Okay. But I haven't missed a Columbus marathon, either spectating, half, or full, since 2007. Honestly, since it's become the nationwide children's one, it's definitely very moving and motivating to see the kids that are out there. I actually in 2013 ran for one of the children's champions as well. Had her name on my shirt, and just to be inspired by seeing them on the course is pretty big. It's pretty special, I think, in Columbus, obviously having run 30 of them. There's just something special about the hometown race for me.
Columbus is like no other race. There's so many people that show up. They got the music going. Everybody's excited, but I was definitely nervous. I still get those nerves today, which is awesome. But yeah, definitely that anxiety and nervous. But once that gun goes off, it's just you and the road.
As you get to mile 23, 24, 25, you're going to reach that limit, and you're going to feel like you're going to die. Like, that's real. You're going to wonder, can I actually do this? And it's funny because in that moment when you feel like you have absolutely nothing left, like you feel like you're not going to make it, you have nothing left, that's when you find the most within yourself. And in that moment when you feel like you're going to die is when you feel the most alive. There's something so human about that struggle. And I think that's what makes Columbus especially so unique, is there's this human aspect to it that isn't in other marathons. I've run other marathons. I've run the prestigious Boston Marathon, which is the one everyone's always shooting for, one of the most famous marathons. And it's great. I love Boston. Boston's awesome. But there's something special and unique about Columbus. It all comes back to the kids, because in that moment when you're out there running, you're going to experience Columbus in a way you never have before. The city really is alive. Just like you're alive, the city is alive. You feel it. And our soul as a community is on display, because true to our reputation, we're out there, we're stubborn, we're competitive, we're hard-headed, we're pushing ourselves as hard as we can to grind out those miles. But at the foundation, it always comes back to this. It comes back to the kids. It comes back to helping those in our community who need it. that's the backdrop of everything. You know, there's the fireworks and the music and all that fun stuff, and that's really cool too. But the main draw is always every mile you're going to see a kid who's overcoming their own battle, which is way more meaningful and important than anything you're doing on that day.
So about 2 years ago, Max had flu-like symptoms for over a week. We weren't really sure what was going on. He just wasn't acting himself. So we took him to Nationwide Children's Hospital in the emergency department. And then 24 hours later, we were back at the ED, and we learned that he was in respiratory failure and kidney failure, which means that he immediately got taken up to the ICU. At that point, they had put a central line in for him to start receiving hemodialysis, and we kind of learned that we were going to be there for a while. So we started doing that. A couple days later, we did a biopsy of the kidney because we had no idea why or what was going on, and we got probably the most devastating news we've ever received as parents, that both of Max's kidneys were essentially failing, and we learned that he was going to need a kidney transplant eventually. When this was all going on, Max was only 2.5, so he was still our sweet little baby at that point. So as mom and dad and big sister, it's hard to watch your little baby suffering, but all the nurses and the doctors and the staff at Nationwide Children's Hospital were just fabulous, educating us, teaching us what was going on with our child, why did he have these tubes here and there, and what does this monitor mean and that number. They really took the time to teach us so that we could learn how to take care of our baby, because at that point he didn't have any medical needs. So after about 3 months on hemodialysis, he had a surgery done where he got a tube placed, a catheter, that he could receive what's called peritoneal dialysis. And what was awesome about this was we could do this dialysis at home. We didn't have to take him to the hospital 4 days a week to be there for 4 hours. We were able to have a new normal lifestyle where we could give him his dialysis at home daily, which was again hard and a challenging obstacle to overcome, because again he was still 2 and he was hooked up to his machine for 12 hours every single day. He was a rock star, and he did it, and he was awesome. We did lots of family movie nights in his bedroom with big sister, lots of popcorn in bed. So while we were doing peritoneal dialysis, we were just waiting for him to grow bigger. We did all the testing to find a donor for his kidney, and miraculously, thankfully, we were praying. I was a match. So we got the go-ahead that we could do surgery once he grew to be big enough to get the adult-sized kidney. So he received his kidney transplant at Nationwide Children's Hospital in December 2016. Since then, he's been doing great. He's growing. When he was on dialysis, he ate nothing by mouth, so he had a feeding tube placed. Now that he's got his new kidney, he's eating like a champ. We still rely on Nationwide Children's Hospital a lot for the follow-up care. We get weekly, bi-weekly labs depending on his results of his blood work. We go into nephrology clinic started every week and then month, and we're up to every 3 months now. So he's doing a fabulous job. They saved his life. So we are so thankful and forever in debt for all of the miracles and hard work that they've done to make him be this normal little boy living this life that he should be doing at 5 years old.
How can we really make this something that's meaningful? And we really pride ourselves on we've become America's most meaningful marathon. And it's because of ideas like involving the kids. Just to involve a building, run by it, that's great. But I know there's other events that I've done. There's other places that have partnered with hospitals. But running by a building doesn't really do it. It's the kids. And when you see that, when you see those kids out there, that just makes you kind of feel that, hey, this is bigger than me. As a runner or walker, I might be hurting, but I know that they're dealing with a lot of challenges, so this is something that I can overcome. And it became kind of I'm not sure how the brainstorming came about to involve the kids, but it just seems now, what other direction would it have gone? You know, it just, a happy accident or whatever the reasoning was, it really became the obvious for the partnership.